awesome. Save frames, kill animals. Thank you, A New Bite Blade, for your $50 donation. Hi, all. My fiance and I are longtime watchers from AGDQ 2012 and first-time donors. We're now currently drowning in Yeti shirts from all the past marathons as well. We love what you're doing and have been gamers forever. Here's to another great marathon. Pretty Boy donates $50. Shoutouts to all the runners and thanks to all the Doctors Without Borders volunteers and staff worldwide. My wife spent 6 months in northern Nigeria providing care for lots of women whose lives would be considerably worse without the services that Doctors Without Borders provides. My donation goes to Chrono Trigger 100%. Adaption donates $50. Hey guys, long time watcher, first time donating, unless I'm mistaken. We need to hit 100% Chrono Trigger run in order to open up the donation incentive for Wonder Shot Lavos kill. It's way more fun to watch than the overflow kill. I'll donate again when that opens up. Good luck to the rest of the runners. Cheesy Bob donates $50. Thank you. Had to donate another $50 because the donation reader is doing an amazing job reading these off. Putting this towards Chrono Trigger 100% because that must happen. Thank you, Cheesy Bob. $50 donation from WaffleBot. My wife and I have been tuning in almost non-stop for the entire marathon. It's really cool that so many people can get together for a good cause while having fun the whole time. Good luck to the runners who have yet to perform, plus a huge thanks to the staff who put this whole event together and keep it up and running. DawSpot donates $5, donated many times, never been read. All good because this event is just the coolest. Actual comment, save the animals or kill the animals. It makes a small difference in the game that will be fun either way. Meanwhile, we could be putting our money towards the 100% chrono run. Forget the animals, save Marl. Thank you, Toya, for your $10 donation. Greetings from Trinidad and the Caribbean. Loving the runs all week, particularly happy to see this game run as well as a child, as it was the only game I had on my NES because it's all my parents could afford to buy me for a long time. I played every level, and I'm having a really good time watching you guys go through every one. Thanks for all the memories, guys. Thank you, Dracreus, for your $50 donation. Ever since watching my first GDQ last year, I've been hooked. Amazing, all the effort and the runners, announcers, and everyone behind the scenes put-ins. Great event and great cause. This is for the doctors and 100% Chrono Trigger. $4 from Windmill Art. There goes my very last pennies until next week. But hey, it's absolutely worth it. SGDQ has been amazing so far and only keeps getting better and better. Good luck to all the runners. P.S. Too much death lately. Save the animals. Crank it. And here we have an ad from Capcom. So 6 games in 1. Mega Man 1 through 6. It's retro 8-bit style with an HD finish. It's going to be coming for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC coming this summer, and 3DS coming in the winter. Price is $14.99 if you want to get your hands on it. If you love Mega Man, I know I do, you'll probably get it. And it also has a new challenge mode that remixes levels from the Civ games to give a new type of challenge to fans. This mode also has leaderboards. So if you want to get your chance, get it now as soon as you can. So obviously, it's coming this summer, and the 3DS version in the winter. I'm probably going to pick it up, so you probably should. So get the Mega Man Legacy Collection. We have a $25 donation from Cup of Joe, loving the Mario Bros. 3 run. All the runners are amazing. First time watching live, and I can tell GDQ is going to become a regular must-see event for me. $50 from Word. Thanks to Chuck and Cujo for beating a game I've never had the patience to in a spectacular form. We have a $10 donation from Private Iron 91. Greetings from Plano, Texas. I have a bunch of great memories of my siblings, and I played a lot of Super Mario Bros. On the NES and Super Nintendo, so of course I had to make a donation during Super Mario Bros. 3. Here's $10 towards saving the animals. I heart kitties. $50 from Ally, aka When the Wife Stalks. Good luck to my husband Chuck. You finally got me to watch one of your speedruns. We have a $50 donation from Senegal Adjutant. $50 I've been watching for years. There's no specific game involved as everything is amazing. I'm proud of everyone involved as this event is amazing, down from the streamers to the speedrunners. Such a great event. Tom donates $50, another great GDQ and another great cause. Speaking of great causes, Super Metroid runs wouldn't be possible without the wall jump. And who taught us the wall jump? That's right, the animals. Save them. Cabo Jedla donates $50. As a gamer and a doctor, it's nice to see an event that combines the two. Thanks to all of you for your work you're doing. This money goes on to do great things. And from Schrodinger's Cat, $33. Shave the animals. We're going to be squaring away with Super Mario Sunshine from Bounceyboy and Kaffelon. And it's going to be a race, and the incentive has been met, so we are going to have hoverless. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. This was Edobean, and we're now going to be heading over to our host of Yellow Killer Bee. Thank you guys for listening.
Hello everyone, this is Yellow Killer Bee. You are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2015 with all proceeds going towards Doctors Without Borders. We are coming up on a couple really great races here, as Edobean just said. The one that's coming up is Super Mario Sunshine Hoverless Race with Bounceyboy and Kaffelon. And then coming up right after that, the bonus was actually met for the Luigi's Mansion 100% race, which is Boohead 86, Fire Dragon 764, and V-Man 3000. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Both of those races are going to be amazing. We do have an anonymous $300 donation. Watching SGDQ made me nostalgic enough to impulse purchase a Wii U on the way home from work today just to relive these on a virtual console. I'm sure MSF will spend these funds much more conscientiously than I spent mine. I'm putting this towards seeing Chrono Trigger done 100%. I don't know, Wii U seems like a pretty good purchase. We may have already met the donation incentive for Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, but we do still have donation bid war for the name of Pokemon in Pokemon Blue, as well as the file name for Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. So if you're interested in getting your donation in for one of those, make sure to get in right away. You can also see all the rest of the donation incentives on gamesdonequick.com. Our current donation total is $677,907. I think it would be really cool if we could hit $700,000 by the end of the Luigi's Mansion race. So I think we should shoot for that. We have an anonymous $50 donation. Good luck all, supremely enjoying the epic run so far. We've got a $50 donation from Malio175. Hey guys, Malio here. I want to wish good luck to Bounceyboy and Kaffelon on their Hovelix SMS run. Even though I had to leave SGDQ early, I had a great time meeting friends and raising money for a great charity. We have $50 from DanFlower87. I've been so busy this week, I had no idea you folks were in St. Paul. Welcome to the Twin Cities. Wish I would have stopped by in person. As always, runners, keep up the crazy good work, and thanks to all who organize these events. Matt the Waz donated $64. Shout out to those attending and those who donated. You make this great event happen. I'll do my part to make sure Chrono Trigger 100% happens. $50 from Fallen Rain. Remember, runners, lower thine guard, and thou'rt allowing the enemy in. Best of luck to all runners. Field Z gave $100. $100 for 100% Chrono Trigger. CC Neverender gave $50. Thanks for putting on a great event. Thank you, CC Neverender. Vassar gave $50. Been donating to SGDQ a few years now. Love you guys and love what you do. Keep up the good work. Hi. Liblop gave $50. Think about how much the animals have raised for charity. It's the height of ingratitude to kill them. Besides, the frames are in league with Mother Brain. The frames hate you. Let them die and save those animals. Ruby Rivera gave $50. Use Dingus Skip. This goes towards Bouncy's choice.
Nice, dude. No, I don't. Nice.
We ready?
Sure, are you guys both ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All right, are you guys ready?
Woo!
Alrighty, we will start this race in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Woo!
All right, so I guess we'll start off by introducing ourselves. I'm Bounceyboy.
I'm Kaffelon.
And this is our couch. We got V-Man here. I am Raise Fire.
I'm Jay Buzzy B. To my left, I have Link Fan 21. I have Pear Strike.
So I guess to begin, we should explain kind of how this game works and how you get to the end and how you beat Bowser. Because unlike Super Mario 64, where you need a certain number of stars, this game actually only requires you beat the Shadow Mario in each level, and which is always the 7th shine. So in this run, you're actually going to see them intentionally skip shines in some areas where it's possible, so they can get to that 7th mission sooner rather than later and eventually beat the game. I think the shines they're going to be skipping in this run will be Gelato 6, which is the fish swimming in the reef. They're going to be skipping Bianco 1, which is the initial fight with one of the piranha plants, and they're going to be skipping PINNA 5, which is actually a new skip, which we'll talk more about. I guess also kind of to explain the hoverless category and how it differs from any other category is simply they will not be using the hover nozzle throughout the duration of the run. Believe it or not, you can actually beat the entire game with not ever using the hover nozzle, and you can actually almost 100% the game. There's only 4 blue coins in the entire game that you can't get without the hover nozzle.
Just a bunch of tutorials to start off, and we'll get to actual gameplay about 8 minutes in.
Yeah. This game has a kind of long intro, but we're going to take advantage of that to explain a few of the differences between hoverless and any percent.
So do you want to go ahead and talk about what a GWKD is and all that?
Yeah, I can do that now. So in this game, there's one mechanic, like one main mechanic that we're going to abuse to do the game without the hover nozzle. It'll allow us to get a little extra height when we're facing a wall. So if you press Y to go into first person in this game, you actually have a very short period of time where you can do another input, and Mario will do that before you go into first person. So if we're facing a wall, we can actually press Y and then A really quickly, and it turns the camera around and allows us to wall kick back at the wall that we're like sliding on at the time. So that we'll be using that a few times throughout the run to get us to be able to grab ledges above us.
Yeah, it's the two terms that we use are GWK, which is glitched wall kick, and then GWKD, which is glitched wall kick dive. It's the same thing essentially, but instead of just stopping with the jump, you'll go ahead and throw a B input in there, which will allow Mario to dive over and get to areas that he wouldn't be able to reach normally. You'll actually see that in 2 places early on in the run. 2 notable places would be Bianco 3 on the entrance to the secret there, and Bianco 4, which is the 8 red coins in Bianco Hills. And we'll talk about those when they happen, just so you kind of know what they look like.
And yeah, glitched wall kick dives also, they go like directly at where Mario's head is, so they go a lot higher than glitched wall kicks, so often they're a lot faster.
Something you may have noticed there is they ground pounded the shine. Like Mario 64, Mario won't actually get the shine until he touches the ground, so a ground pound makes him touch the ground a little bit faster.
Yeah, it also ground pounds distort your hitbox a little bit above you, and it allows us to touch the shine sometimes when we're a bit below it.
Can I get a quick donation in?
Sure.
Of course.
I've got a $117.50 donation from Og and Drossier. As you are no doubt aware, some group has been senselessly speeding through fair SGDQ this week using some speedrun tactics. The accused is charged with brightening up our wonderful lives, and yes, enlightening our very mind with tricks. Indeed, how can not one donate to Doctors Without Borders? Really though, thank you to staff, volunteer, and the runners for making this event a great week. SMS hype!
So at the beginning, there's not really anything you can do to skip these cutscenes, and one of the biggest deterrents for a lot of people that are interested in running this game is that every time you try to do a run, you just kind of have to sit here for about 6 minutes before the actual gameplay starts.
Yeah, this particular cutscene is 3 minutes. It's a good time to get a drink and that sort of thing. Or more donation comments if we have them.
We definitely do. We have $150 from Claw. As always, an amazing event. Thanks to all involved and good luck to the runners. And we have $150 from, or I'm sorry, $200 from David. Thanks for the entertaining marathon. Can we get some hype for this Mario race? Hype. And one more quick one from Iron Buckeye, $30. Bounceyboy was my first stream to discover on Twitch, so I'm psyched to see him running this at GDQ. Praying to RN Jesus for a great run.
That's actually probably something, that donation comment's probably a good thing to lead into. This game actually has quite a few elements of RNG in various parts, and we'll try to talk about those when they happen. Some of them, it's not such a big deal, but it really is unfortunate when you're on a really great run just to have it get smashed by RNG in like a King Boo fight or something like that.
Yeah, most of the boss fights are RNG in this, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, this category has a lot more RNG than any percent does, but it's not the worst thing. Like, it varies, but an average RNG run is not too rare to come across.
Now, fortunately, we're coming to the end of this cutscene here, and this is when the gameplay is really going to pick up. It just kind of goes from nothing to 90 miles an hour, like, really fast.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mesh valve. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness.
So right before we get going here, one thing that is important if you've never seen a Super Mario Sunshine speedrun is you're going to see them occasionally spray using FLUDD, and it'll kind of look like the water's going everywhere, kind of in like a shotgun style. And that's what we refer to as a spam spray. You're going to see them do it right at the beginning. You see Kaffelon does it there. It allows you to uncover and clean off large areas of goop in a very short amount of time. And it also allows them to do a water slide, which you also saw at the beginning there. It's actually one of the fastest ways to get around when you've got a long distance to travel in this game.
You know they do it too, because you have to mash RNA really fast, and you might even hear it on the headset.
Yeah, also the spam sprays, they spray a lot of water in like a short period of time. So if we're chasing a Shadow Mario and he's in the air and we get close to him and jump and spam spray, we can do a lot more damage to him that way and knock him down quicker. The only problem is you want to be as close as you can for that, but sometimes if you get too close, you hit him, and the get-up animation for running into Shadow Mario is the longest one in the game.
How long is it, like 3-4 seconds?
Yeah,
ridiculous like that?
It's just ridiculous.
It feels like 30.
Yeah, it really does.
He takes a little break.
So now we kind of have our first bit of gameplay here. The first thing they're going to be doing is trying to stop Shadow Mario while he's trying to take away Peach. And then he'll go back and go into Bianco Hills where we'll start our first section.
So yeah, if you don't get that Shadow Mario immediately, he actually does.
Nice.
Oh,
they both got
Oh,
early
double early M. That's really hard to get.
So to kind of explain what just happened there, right whenever Shadow Mario makes the M on the wall, you can actually spam spray at the exact same frame, and if you get it, you'll actually clean off that area and make the loading zone appear before you're able to control Mario. So it saves a few frames.
It's really cool, though.
Yeah.
So this level is really hard in hoverless. We're going to do wall kicks up the windmill to PD, and it's pretty hard with the hover nozzles, so once you take that safety net away, much like many levels in this category, it just becomes exponentially more difficult.
Here's our first bit of RNG in the run. The location of the spider they're jumping off of is randomly determined. Looks like they both got pretty good spiders, though. Nice. And Calf is up there.
Yeah.
Nice. Bouncy's going now as well.
Nice.
And they both made it up there.
Nice.
Nice. That's really good.
That can be difficult. That's a run killer when you're first starting, too.
It really is.
That's hard even with the hover nozzle, so...
Yeah. So one thing I just did is called a Y-turn, and much like the glitched wall kicks I explained earlier, if you have forward momentum in this game, and you go into first person and you turn a little bit, that forward momentum turns with you, and it allows us to, rather than kind of dive to the side, it allows us to turn that momentum a little bit inwards towards the loading zone for this fight.
Here you really see spam sprays in action, because you have to take a while to fill PD up, and spam spraying fills them up a lot faster than just spraying them normally.
And we do this backflip to get close to his mouth to get more water in there as quickly
it's
as
one
possible.
of the fastest ways to fill them up. So this boss fight's pretty straightforward. You just kind of spam spray, ground pound, go to his side, and rinse and repeat. Takes 3 hits, and then you're done.
And PD's dead, right? He's not coming back.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
If only. Yeah, so that PD fight, he actually, if you stand in front of him, he'll take a while for him to turn around and open his mouth. But we learned a long time ago that we could just manipulate him by standing 90 degrees or more to his side, and he'll immediately turn to you and open his mouth.
So here they're going to be entering into Bianco 3, the first of the secrets. And you're actually going to see what we were talking about with the GWK in action. They're going to use it to get up onto a ledge that generally you're not able to get up to unless you have the hover nozzle.
Yeah, without a GWKD, you actually need to use the spider once again to get here, and it's really slow. So we do this instead.
I've got a $100 donation from Kyle. You said 700K before the end of Luigi's Mansion. Where's the ambition? Let's do it before the end of SMS. I like the way you think, my friend.
Here's Kaffelon.
Yep,
He gets
Kaf
it. Nice.
gets
Oh.
And Bouncy gets it
Yep,
as well.
there we
Nice. That was really good.
Yep.
It's actually a super, super technical thing to do. So these secrets are ones that they do both in normal 80% and hoverless. So to these guys, they've probably put hundreds of hours into this. It might look easy, but all of the secrets take quite a bit of practice when you're first getting going.
They only get harder from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Three is easy. All right, so coming up is Trapple Skip here. The thing is, when you go back to Delfino Plaza, there's these cutscenes that load as you see on bouncy screens, and that's just because there's something you can do in Delfino Plaza. So what they're doing here is they want to go here and unlock RICCO Harbor, which will get rid of that cutscene from coming back every time. But after they beat PD, there's like a cutscene that plays, and normally they have to watch there and watch it play. But there's a little bit of time during the cutscene where they can go back and actually enter the Bianco portal, which saves them 15 seconds of actually having to walk to the portal after the cutscene is over.
And you get to see this really cool animation that you wouldn't get to see otherwise.
Really, the game can't really handle this.
See Calf's going for it now.
Yeah, that's great.
And he should get it. Nice, there it is.
Mario's kind of light
And
out.
Bouncy going for it as well. Nailed it. Nice, guys.
Nice.
So here we have Bianco 4, the 8 red coin shine of Bianco Hills. Considered one of the most technical, both in 80% and hoverless, but hoverless especially. It involves a GWKD and I believe a spin jump that has a 2-frame window at the very end.
There's a wall kick that if you don't get immediately, you just fall off.
It's supposed to be a ledge, but they're going to get a wall kick off of it. Because it's hoverless.
Both doing very well so far.
Calf gets it
Calf
right
gets
there.
it, nice. That's the 2-frame. Calf with a very clean Bianco 4.
Bouncy gets it
as
too.
well, nice. Now these red spinnies are actually on cycles, and because they're fast enough, they have it timed pretty much to where they can do dive jumps off of these things to where they don't get hit, but they can also hit the shine, which speeds things up a bit.
I've got a $30 donation from Deathline. Good luck to both Bouncy and Kaffelon. Absolutely amazing SMS runners. The SMS community is hyped to watch this race. Also, here's hoping that PD and King Boo will not troll. Let Bouncy decide half and Kaffelon decide the other half.
Yeah, PD's coming up right now, actually.
So getting up to where PD is pretty difficult in this just because there's a really big hill. And we need to get a lot of height with the spin jump. And yeah, if you could explain momentum spins.
Right,
cool.
sure. So
Cap just did it right there.
basically what a momentum spin jump is it's where your input is
Gets it too, nice.
tight enough to not do a spin jump, but or loose enough to not do a spin jump, but I guess tight enough to where he spins quickly. And if you do that, when you do a spin jump, you actually have a bit more forward velocity, which allows you to go farther and get to places, again, that you wouldn't otherwise be able to reach. It's all about messing with the physics in this game.
Yeah, just the looser spin jump gives you a little extra height.
So this is the real first case of major RNG in this run.
Uh-oh.
The patterns that PD decides he wants to go in this part of the game is randomly determined.
As well as the whether or not he gives you tornadoes.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the spots are kind of determined, so with one Bouncy got, he's guaranteed to go over the wall, but Kaf got a really good starting spot. It's not too much if PD doesn't fly for too long.
We've got a $10 donation from Yaku. My uncle, Dr. Pat Farmer, worked for MSF for a few years, and this is such a great cause. Coincidentally, Mario Sunshine was his favorite game. Get dem shines.
So I'm not getting very good RNG here, but Cap could be getting.
Yeah, Cap's
Cap
getting all right on
Kaf looks like he's going to get the second best RNG.
Ooh.
And here you can just see how big of a difference getting good RNG on this level versus bad RNG makes. I think it's an upwards of 45 seconds.
Ooh. Yeah, it can make 45 seconds of difference. Oh no.
Bouncy getting a potentially very bad pattern.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he's being really mean.
And with a lot of these shines that spawn afterwards, there's visual cues. So Kaffelon knew exactly where the shine was going to appear because it's always in the same place. And if you time it correctly, you can actually jump into the air and be in the ground pound animation when the shine spawns, and you'll just grab it immediately.
So like I said earlier, Gelato's now open now, so they're going to go take care of that so they don't get cutscenes every time they go back to Delfino.
Yeah, each event cutscene in Delfino Plaza takes 2.5 seconds. So if you just let it sit there and get other shines, you're forced to watch it every time, and it adds up. So since this is speedrun, we do want to save frames, save time, so we want to try to get this stuff taken care of as soon as possible.
Yeah, there's a point in time in the run where there's not really a reason to get rid of the event cutscenes because we don't need the object that we're going to. But in this case, splitting up Bianco makes a lot of sense since we have to go to Gelato anyway, so we might as well open it early.
Now this is really where the run begins to differentiate from the normal any % route that a lot of people use. Typically here, once you open up Gelato Beach, you will go in, you'll enter into Gelato 1, and you'll do the Gelato Beach skip, which allows you to get the 8th shine and then simply go back and do 7th and be done with Gelato Beach. But because that skip requires the hover nozzle, they're not allowed to do that, so you're actually going to see them play through the beginning of Gelato Beach here.
All right, Bouncy's going to start up the water slide during this cutscene because they'll move Mario forward closer to it. Saves about a second or half a second.
Yeah, if you have momentum going into a cutscene, Mario, just for some reason, he preserves that somewhat during the cutscene and allows us to be a little closer to the level.
So Kaffelon entering into the first secret shine of Gelato Beach. It's just a simple sand block level, nothing too rough. But this isn't one you see very often because I'd say most people that run this game run at 80%, and because of the Gelato Beach skip, this is one that really only makes its appearance in other categories. So.
Yeah, so in the normal 80% run, we do Gelato Beach Skip, which most people have heard of, and it involves using a coconut and hovering, but since we can't hover, we can't do that. So we have to do it a different way, and that way doesn't work until Gelato 6.
Oh, the sandbox are so trolling.
Yeah.
Again, because the secret is one that you don't see a whole lot. Most people don't practice it nearly as much as the others, so it's nothing too tricky, but it can get you. So Kaffelon entering into Gelato 2 here. In this level, you have to get rid of the, what are their names?
Plungalos.
Plungalos, yeah, it's
Yeah.
something really particular. And all you have to do is go up onto the satellite dishes you see there, spray them so they're stunned, and then ground pound to knock them off. However, it is a bit of RNG because the location of them on the satellite is randomly determined, and depending on how lucky you get, it can take a bit longer than other.
And that GWK cactus hit off that wall is pretty hard because a lot of that wall likes to eat your input.
So yeah, you didn't have perfect RNG there, but pretty good.
Yeah, the second mirror on this level is much more difficult than the first, though sometimes the first one, the 3, can be really spread out, and you want them to be close to each other because you ground pound on the opposite side that they're from.
We have a $30 donation from ToonFan. Great job, everyone. Keep up the excellent work. We also have a $10 donation from Darbmeister30, who just says, "Hi, Kaffelon."
Yeah, Gelato Beach in general is just kind of a slow world. There's not too much that goes on here. Everything is just kind of, I don't know, slow, not super fast-paced.
That's what I'm really glad for Gelato Beach Skip at 90%.
So Kaffelon finishing up Gelato 2 now. Bouncy moving on to the second section.
Oh,
yeah.
Bad RNG there.
yeah, you can get really unlucky here, and the mirrors can just be impossible to get to. And that was the case there. It didn't end up costing too much time, though, because the plungulas are in good spots.
We have a $5 donation from Shy Ranger. I have a question for the runners. How long did it take to do hoverless without accidentally hovering just out of habit?
Too long.
It's crazy. You guys have run both hoverless and 80% so much. You guys can go back and forth. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. All right, so Kaf's starting Wiggler. It looks like he does the same thing every time, but it actually is dependent here. He's going to get Wiggler down right here, but then he's going to wait for Wiggler to stop sliding, and then he's going to ground pound him. And what that does is set him up to get him the fastest kill possible, or also do different movements.
But yeah, again, just another example of showing how slow Gelato Beach can be as a world. In the Wiggler fight, he's just spending a lot of time sitting around waiting. There's not really anything he can do to speed up the process.
Yeah, the run really picks up after Gelato. But yeah, it used to be considered RNG where Wiggler went, and people used to just deal with 2 different possible ways he could go. But someone discovered that you could wait for him to stop on the first hit, and he'll always go to the same place.
All right, Kaf gets 3rd hit there. That's actually pretty difficult to time. And Wiggler, we time him so Wiggler does not go into the water, because if Wiggler goes into the water, he can actually be too deep to hit. So you'll have to do the 3rd cycle all over again.
We have a $30 donation from Terces34. Hey guys, had to donate for one of the best Mario platformers of all time.
Definitely agree with you. So Calf starting probably the most boring level in the entire run. It's an auto, it's an auto scroller, red coins, and as YKB knows, this is the perfect time for donations.
All right, we have $100 from RoboJeb. Had to donate for my favorite Mario game. Best of luck to both runners, and thanks for all the work of everyone at SGDQ.
So yeah, the Sandbird, you have to ride it all the way up, and you can't make it go any faster. So you just kind of collect the red coins and don't die. And
That's pretty much it.
as a casual player, this is super difficult for whatever reason, but once we're speedrunners, we kind of have a better handle on the controls and we don't accidentally walk off of the Sandbird.
That being said, you do need to be at least somewhat careful, because if you slip off because you can't speed it up, it is a pretty big time hit, but...
Yeah. And dying at the end of Sandbird costs like a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's a
pretty huge
big
time
hit.
loss.
We have $20 from Lahar LS Blade. Tell Kaffelon to smile for once. If he does, I'll donate another $20. Kaf, only if you can smile and speedrun at the same time.
We love you, Calf.
I personally like the Sandbird because of the secret on the other side. I like to call him the Waffle Bird because of that.
Yeah, we kind of try to avoid the clouds that have blue coins, because if you walk off one of them as it's passing through the Sandbird, you actually just walk right through the Sandbird and you just die. The collision isn't too good there.
Yeah, another example of the cloud physics would be in Corona Mountain. It's kind of weird stuff. Kaffelon having no problems at all.
Oh yeah, Waffle Bird.
There you go.
Yeah, Waffle Bird!
All right, Calf starring the other kind of just already, like the best runners and the worst runners get the same times here, because we just walk up to Piantissimo, talk to him. The race always takes the same amount of time.
Right, if you play on a save file that's already beaten Piantissimo, he'll actually speed up, but because they're starting from file select at the very beginning of the game, he'll always go the same speed and finish at the same time, so regardless of what time Kaffelon gets here on Piantissimo, it won't make a difference really.
And he can actually beat you in the file. Like, he's a joke now, but once he does your stuff, he can actually beat you.
Yeah.
Calf going for the disrespect here. Just me at this moment, try to climb the pole.
He's doing pull-ups.
But yeah, as you can see, like, he finished over 10 seconds ago and he's just killing time.
Yeah, after Piantissimo, the run picks up a lot because we go to PINNA, where there's the new skip as well as some difficult platforming levels and stuff.
Yeah, we won't finish up Gelato Beach just yet because we need something to still do Gelato Skip.
Yeah, that's something interesting about hoverless. I mentioned whenever they went into Gelato Beach that they couldn't do Gelato Skip, but because they're playing on the Japanese version of the game, they're able to do a trick when they're riding Yoshi that actually allows them to get that shine in the tube as well. But it's faster for them to come back and do it a bit later, again because of event cutscenes and the like.
I've got a $30 donation from Allison Lane. I recently found GDQ videos on YouTube and was thrilled to see SGDQ would be a week later. Now we have two amazing runners playing one of my favorite games. Good luck to both of the runners. Oh yeah, kill the animals, save the frames. It's called a speedrun for a reason. We have $30 from Jin Axel. Hey everyone, been watching GDQ for a few years now and looking forward to seeing this SMS race.
So that cutscene that Kaffelon just watched, in this game, you can actually skip that cutscene by dying as soon as you enter it, but that requires getting out of bounds and using the death plane, which is underground out of bounds. And unfortunately, in hoverless, we can't clip out of bounds without using the hover nozzle. It's something that the task can do, but it's like frame perfect and pixel perfect, and it's really difficult to do. So we just watch the cutscene in this category. And yeah.
So Cass entering Pinna Park here. And you can play this game casually. You know, there's a big cutscene coming up. What Cass going to do here is he's going to pause, he's going to exit area, and enter the loading zone for the cutscene, which actually skips it.
You can actually do that again after you've beaten the Mecha Bowser as well. Whenever there's a visual cue. When you see explosions happening on the ground after you've got the third hit, you can pause and exit area and just go to the shine grab section, skipping the second cutscene as well.
And if you miss those cutscene skips combined, it's 3 minutes lost. So you really want to get them. So yeah, on this level, there was for a long time, people thought the rocket shots were pretty inconsistent. They could either go up or down, sort of. And at long distances, the difference between a couple pixels above or below when you shoot the rocket was pretty huge. But V-Man, actually on the couch behind me, discovered that if you actually partly hold down the button before shooting the rocket, it sort of pre-charges it and makes the rocket shots consistent. So this shot, the first rocket that you get, was for a long time considered to be TAS only. But thanks to that, we have setups now so we can make a hit with this first rocket. And also, on this roller coaster, you can spray the rockets and get them back. So we pass through the second rocket, and we actually grab it a little bit later.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
way the game's programmed is the second water from flood hits a rocket, then you instantly grab it, even if you're nowhere near it.
We have a $100 anonymous donation. Multi-time viewer, first-time donator. Putting 3/4 of this to saving the animals and the other quarter to, let's see. All right, the last quarter goes to naming you John Cena.
All right, so normally what Cass do here is he has to throw 3 bombs at this Monty mole, but he's just going to jump in there with them, and in this case, save the animal.
And allow him to skip right in and go into the secret. This is probably one of the easier secrets to do, just because everything is on a cycle, but it's so lenient that you really don't have to be super quick to make the fastest cycle. So you can see here he's actually waiting because he has to wait for the red things to respawn before he can continue moving forward.
And yeah, they always come back at the same time, so it's pretty rare to see a runner miss when going to dive towards the blocks.
So Kaffelon's finished up Pinna 2, he's going into Pinna 3, and this is one of the craziest shines, both for any percent, but even more so for hoverless, because a lot of the red coins in this area specifically are out in the open, in the middle of the air, and because you don't have the hover nozzle, it makes getting those a lot more tricky, so he's going to be abusing the ship's movement, and everything kind of here is on a cycle. So it's important for him to be moving efficiently while he goes through the level in order to make sure he gets everything with the fastest cycle. I'll try to see if I can explain everything here, but there's a lot going on. It's kind of hard to cover all at once.
Yeah, and if you mess up getting that second coin right there, you lose a lot of time because you often have to wait for the boats to come around again. And the cycle is about 45 seconds long, so you can lose a lot of time that way. So right there, what Kaffelon just did, he did another one of those sort of loose spin jumps. And what it did is it gave him a little bit of extra height, which allowed him to hit his head on the green gate above him and actually come back down where he landed. Normally, that wouldn't be possible with a regular spin jump.
So here he has to dodge these guys. There's a side flip to make sure it doesn't clip through. That's the coin. Nice. That was a pretty good
That's
red
still a
coins,
really
man.
good shine
Yeah,
by
those are good red
Kaffelon.
coins. Let's see how Bouncey's goes.
We have a $30 donation from Luke205. First GDQ and it's blowing my brain. The dedication these runners have is awe-inspiring. Had to donate during Super Mario Block as it's my favorite gaming franchise. Shine, get!
Oh!
So Kaffelon here entering Pinna 4. This is pretty much the same, and Hoverless says this is any percent. The idea here is, oh, nice, he gets this one. So the idea here on Pinna 4 is he wants to get the attention of all 5 of these guys as fast as possible, but spaced out well enough to where he can get all 5 of them at once. I missed this one, but that's all right. Should still be an easy 2 cycle.
So yeah, the reason we want to kill them all in 1 cycle before the cutscenes begin to play is it makes use of the time between ground pounding on the turtles and the cutscene beginning, because that time actually is about 10 seconds. So the difference between a 1 cycle and a 2 cycle is about 10 seconds.
And he won't ground pound for the shine because the way the game works won't let him actually ground pound after this. He'll just fall down anyways.
Yeah.
So now that he's finishing up Pinna 4, after this he's actually going to be re-entering into Pinna 2, which is where you'll be able to see the new skip that was discovered like 3-4 weeks ago. It's less than a month old. It's a pretty big deal. Basically, the premise is it allows you to skip the entirety of Pinna 5 by hitting a loading zone for Pinna 6 and just completing the secret there. So to explain kind of how it works, what he's going to do is whenever he enters into Pinna 2, he's going to immediately get on Yoshi, whatever fruit he wants. And the reason, oh, nice 1 cycle, by the way, that was great. Yeah. And the reason that you need to have beaten Pinna 4 in order to unlock this or to do the skip is because Yoshi only appears after you've beaten Pinna 4. So now that he's got Yoshi, he wants to immediately turn Yoshi purple, because when you're on a purple Yoshi and he spam sprays or just hits an enemy with his spray, the platform will move horizontally, and that's going to be important because he's actually going to be clipping through the entrance to the park here with this fruit, and he'll need the horizontally moving platforms to move across a kind of unobtainable area called limbo that you can't walk through normally with Mario. So nice, he gets the clip. Next, he's going to do a double jump and stick Yoshi up against the wall here, and he'll just kind of float there. And what he has to wait for is a purple bullet bill. Oh, he gets one, but he gets blown up.
Yeah, that's happens when you get second or first. They might hit each other and blow up.
But after he gets a purple bullet bill spawned, what he's going to do is he's going to go to the pole and then turn around to get him to face the direction of the merry-go-round, spray him, there you go, and eat his fruit through wall to turn Yoshi orange, and then ride him across to the merry-go-round. Now Yoshi needs to be orange here because in order to activate the secret, Yoshi has to be orange on the merry-go-round. So that's the importance of being able to eat the fruit through the wall. And looks like he's got it here. And nice, he gets it. That's really good. Yeah, nice, dude. And you'll see here, once he finishes this secret, he'll actually get the 6th shine, skipping the need to do the 5th entirely.
We've got a $20 donation from Lahar LS Blade again. I can tell he was smiling on the inside, so here. Don't mess up quick kill on Noki 7, Cav.
So where we place the papaya to turn Yoshi orange next to the door is actually pretty precise because we have to be able to eat the fruit through a gap sort of between 2 of the door textures. Ooh. And you have to wait for a purple rocket here, which each cycle takes a while.
6 to 8 seconds.
Yeah.
You'll see on Kaffelon's screen, whenever he goes into the shine select, that Pinna 5 is actually blank, showing that he successfully skipped it. Bouncey getting really bad luck here.
Hey.
He gets one, nice. Again, goes for the pole, turns around. Has time to eat through the door. And
Nice.
be fine. Kaffelon finishing up PINNA Park. See if Bouncy gets this.
And he's
And
got
he
it.
does
Good
it.
job,
Oh,
Bouncy.
nice. Both of them get it.
You can actually soft lock doing that if you do it high, so that's why this guy played it so safe.
And seriously, both of these guys are awesome runners. They stream this game all the time. If you're not already, you should definitely give these guys both a follow. Very, very good runners.
You guys weren't at SGDQ, you didn't see these guys playing this game every day, and they were definitely trying to do their best to show you guys a good time.
So Kaffelon here entering RICCO Harbor. RICCO Harbor's, I mean, it's not nearly as nifty looking as PINNA Park, but it's not quite as boring as Gelato Beach.
There are a couple difficult levels. RICCO Harbor is a lot more difficult in hoverless than it is in any percent. But we'll get to those as we get to them. I guess.
So RICCO 1's nothing too bad. Just have to do this blooper fight, same as you would do it at 80%. The idea here is you just kind of have to grab onto, we have to spray off his face so he's not slippery, grab onto his nose, and then pretty much just slap him. That's what it amounts to.
Ooh. Still fine.
So yeah, still right.
Yeah. So I lost a good amount of time waiting for a purple bullet, though.
And again, that's just another case of the RNG in this
Yeah.
game. Sometimes it's nice to you, and sometimes it just isn't. But both runners on very good runs at the moment. Both playing pretty all right.
I've got a $32 donation from Hef52. Hef here. Need more sunshine. It's pouring down rain here. Shout out to Kaffelon. Gotta have more hair. Hype. Hef out.
All right, Cav's entering Peanut 2 here, and Peanut 2 introduces the bloopers here, and there's 3 bloopers, green, yellow, and red. And some people were like, why don't you use the red one? It's obviously faster. But actually, all the bloopers go the exact same speed if you hold all the way forward. They have the same top speed, and the green one has the best control of all of them. So there's really no reason to use the other bloopers. So if someone, like one of your friends thinks the other one's faster, just politely tell them that the green one is the best.
Yeah, and we actually do a skip inside the secret that Kaf is about to enter. That is only possible with the green blooper, I'm pretty sure, because the turning radius of the other bloopers is far wider.
Yeah, essentially, like in most racing games, in order to evaluate whether or not someone has successfully completed a lap, they have various checkpoints throughout the racetrack. And here, Kaffelon's going to take a right, jump over the wall to hit that checkpoint that I was talking about. And then now that he's hit that checkpoint, he can pretty much just do whatever he wants to get to the finish line. So it's faster to jump over this wall, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, Caf gets the really hard to time jump into the shine.
And it's super easy to actually go to the side or to overshoot that. So getting the angle and getting the right height is actually pretty tricky. So it was well done.
I just want to point out really quick that we have less than $2,000 left for the Chrono Trigger 100%, so get your donations in for that.
Okay, RICCO 3 is a pretty easy shine to do in any percent. It's less than a minute usually, because it involves just like spinning and getting underneath the gate there. But in hoverless, it's a little bit harder. Kaffelon's going to try and go faster. You get a cycle on the hook above this ship. Let's see how he does.
It looks like he just barely misses it.
Just barely.
And he has to wait a bit. I believe the cycle on the hook is around 17 seconds, so. But what you're going to see him do here, instead of just grabbing the underside like you would do in normal any percent, or going up through the top like you would do in a casual playthrough. He's going to kind of combine the two. He's going to be going up top to get the rocket nozzle, and then he will actually be rocketing himself up underneath so he can grab onto the ledge.
Because the rocket nozzle is not the hover nozzle.
Yeah, so we can use that. And there he goes, gets it. And there's the shine.
Yep.
Bouncy also looking like he should be able to get the midair shine grab. Nice, and he gets it as well.
And the casual way to do RICCO 3, you have to actually climb all the way to the top and jump through, I guess it's shaped like
A vase or something?
I don't know. But yeah, there's a hole in the top, and that's the intended way. But they put a little grate in the bottom of it so that people don't get stuck in there on other levels. And we abuse that in speedruns.
All right, Cass starting RICCO 4 here, probably one of the hardest secrets to get down for anybody. The entrance is a little bit different in hoverless, and we'll definitely give Cass some time during the shrine.
I have a quick $30 donation from Liam6. Mario Sunshine is the perfect summer game, now being done quick. Save the animals.
Bounceyboy here making the first cycle. Nice.
There you go.
So Kaffelon here entering RICCO 4. Kind of the bane of both casual players and speedrunners beginning combined. So there he actually does a rollout dive into a buffered spin jump dive, which allows him to get the extra distance. Does it again there. And this is looking all right. Nice.
Nice. Making that cycle that Kaf just made.
Oh, unlucky.
Ooh. Yeah, the strats that Kaf and I are doing, they save about 2 seconds, but there is not very much leeway to them. And they're a lot more difficult than the kind of default speedrun strats that were done for a long time. They were made by Sided Williams and Pyroshade.
It should be good.
Yeah, nice.
And he gets it. Nice. Bounceyboy actually gaining a bit of time here. He's also now on a secret. Let's see how this goes. Should be okay. Let's see if he gets it.
Nice bounce.
And he gets it as well. Nice. So Kaffelon here going into the repeat blooper battle.
There's a really big double jump there, and there's a little lip in front of you, and you can actually hit that and it just kind of eats your jump. So Kaf does a good job avoiding that.
And this fight is similar to the other one. I think really the only difference is you have to pull back his nose a bit farther. I don't know if that's supposed to be considered more difficult or what.
I think it is. The cycle boss fight, I think, is a little bit harder.
We have a $50 donation from Eraserize. Good luck to Bouncy and Kaffelon on hoverless percent. You've got this. Also, shout out to Raisefire for being such an amazing human being. To see you guys grow so much is inspiring. We love and are so proud of all of you. Sincerely, the Raisefire community.
So the race is actually pretty close. Kaffelon finishing up RICCO 5 here. I think there's probably around 30, 40 seconds between the two, maybe less.
A little less than 30, maybe. So still a really good race.
So on the level Kaf is about to enter, there's 8 red coins that you have to collect on a blooper. And there was a route that was kind of used for a long time, and only one person, Samurai Man, started using this different route, which saves 1 second, and it's a decent amount more difficult. But you shouldn't have any trouble with it. It's, yeah.
one of those things that it's hard to watch just because it looks like he's going to die a lot, and it's kind of tricky to learn, but once you practice it some, you kind of get it down.
Something really to point out with bloopers is we always hold forward and we use the C stick actually to move back and forth on the bloopers.
Right, because if you're not constantly holding up, then you won't get that similar speed with the green blooper that Buzzy was talking about earlier. So it is important to constantly be holding up on the joystick.
And Cap gets the 132, which is optimal.
Instead of going around the front, he actually goes behind the boat here to get the shine.
All right.
Nice. Bouncy now doing his red coins. The seventh one here can be a little sketchy.
Nice.
No problem, nice.
Got the 2 jumps.
And
And he's the
like
132 as well.
Now, Kaffelon here actually doing the hardest Shadow Mario of all time.
This is really hard to learn. I don't know how Cap does this.
Basically, if you just roll out and run behind Shadow Mario, you just kill him there every time. So
It's because of how he's on slopes. When you spray him when he's on a slope, it does a lot more damage than spraying him normally.
So he's going to go finish up Bianco now. And once again, we split that up because there's a lot of cutscenes early on in the run and upon entering Delfino. So doing it this way saves about 5 seconds on those cutscenes.
It's a trade-off, though, because Bianco 6 is a very difficult secret.
Ooh.
he gets the
All right,
back.
nice, nice backup.
Nice backup, man.
We have a $300 donation from Nara Masters. Never had the chance to play Chrono Trigger, but loved Chrono Cross. Would love to see the all of Chrono Trigger.
So something interesting to point out going into the Bianco 6 secret, you're going to see them do 2 crazy things right at the beginning. There's a wall on the right-hand side that you'll see, and Kaffelon actually goes for kind of a spin jump and a utilization of that Y turn to get a wall jump and continue forward, whereas Bounceyboy prefers an angled spin jump to get the dive. We'll see what it looks like here in a second. Also a pretty difficult secret. And here a Y turn, gets the dive, nice.
Not done yet, though.
You know, this secret can be very, very unforgiving.
If you die at the top, it takes a while to die, too.
Ooh.
Alright.
And Kaffelon
Cap
gets the
finishing the
secret,
shine.
nice, man.
Bouncy having to do some really ghetto backup strats
Yeah.
here because he can't. If that happens normally in any percent, you just kind of got to go around. But Hoverless has got to do it a lot differently. It's a really creative backup by Bouncy right there. Ooh.
So yeah, that water slide, you're supposed to roll out over a gap, and the input was a little bit late, and I ended up bonking and falling in the water.
That's one of those hard things that it doesn't happen very often, so it's kind of hard to account for, especially in hoverless. Kaffelon here finishing up Bianco. Quick Shadow Mario kill.
We have a $20 donation from Tarragon Spice. This is for the Sunshine community for just being awesome. Good luck on the run.
So now that Kaffelon's done with Bianco Hills, you're going to see him do a few things. Shadow Mario, you see, has a Yoshi egg. So what he's going to do is he's going to get Yoshi and do a few things that you can do only with Yoshi. So he's going to be opening up Serena, but not going in. And then he'll also be going to Pianta Village, which is something that you can really only get to in hoverless utilizing Yoshi.
Oh,
So-
nice.
Oh,
So what he did there is he went into the sewer and then jumped out with Yoshi. And if you do that, you get a really, really high jump. But the game is a little weird with that, and Yoshi in the sewers. And if you try to jump out, a lot of the times it'll just kind of eat it, and you have to go for a backup strat that's a bit slower. But because he was able to get the jump with no problems, he can enter into Beyond the Village.
All right, Bouncy finishing up Bianco 6 there. The chocolates are RNG, but they have patterns. So these guys know how to handle pretty much every pattern they can possibly get.
Yeah, this is one of those shines. It's pretty much the same in hoverless as it is in any percent. Pretty much any category you do this pretty much the same. Where the only thing they can't do here is a hover slide, which is just a movement option. So execution-wise, this looks pretty much the same.
Kev got pretty good RNG there too. And he pauses there, which spawns the shine immediately. Because if you don't pause, you have to wait for Flood to have a text box.
Right, the way that works is Flood actually will bring up a text box telling you to be good to your pets. And if you pause and unpause, it actually cancels out that text box. And the way the game's programmed is the shine appears after that text box goes away. So by pausing and unpausing, you actually can spawn the shine sprite faster.
We have a $50 donation from Jason143. Thanks for everything you do. I love this event and watch it as much as possible. 5 years ago to the hour, I got married on the roof of the Crown Plaza, right above you. That's right, I'm watching SGDQ with my wife on our anniversary. This donation is my gift to her. After all, nothing says I love you like killing the animals. Thanks.
So Bouncy now entering into Pianta Village. We'll see if he'll get the quick entry with Yoshi. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, sometimes the sewer top is kind of glitchy and you just can't jump out of it.
Yeah, Cass been getting it every time, so.
Yeah.
And with that, Yoshi is out of here.
Yeah.
Kill the animals.
So Kaffelon on another one of the Piantismo levels, I think the second out of the 3 we're going to be doing. Again, just kind of an auto-scroller. You get to the end as fast as possible, but there's nothing you can do to really speed it up. Bouncy getting good first RNG on this Chomplet. Good second RNG as well. Looks like he might get the best pattern here.
Yeah, let's
Nice.
see, you guys best luck on that. So Calf is starting a shine that you already start without Flood, so it's already hoverless, but the end of it is actually kind of hard because you're supposed to use the hover nozzle again on the gold mushroom.
So what he's going to do here is he's actually going to... the movement on this bridge is important because he wants to line himself up on the lava so he can get hit by one of the wind guys, use the invincibility frames to move across the lava, and then navigate his way using the box and the mushroom up to Flood. But it's not done. Since this is hoverless, in order to get up there, he has to do a triple jump Y turn, and he gets it. Nice, first try.
That's one of those things that people say is why they don't run hoverless, is that right there.
Yeah, you have to curve your momentum around the edge of the mushroom, and it's pretty difficult to do.
We have a $50 donation from Cave Johnson 219. He says, Chariots, Cave Johnson here. Good work on completing our new speed test. Remember to complete our new test 100% chrono trigger, and don't look into the operational end of the device.
All right, Calf getting good RNG there at the beginning. We can tell by the cutscene. There's 3 ways the big chain chomp can go at the beginning, and preferably he goes down the middle path or the right path because they're about the same speed. And he's gonna grab the chain and he's gonna hold B on it and hold forward, which makes the chain jump actually go a lot faster than he normally would. Alright, now he's gonna let go of the chain and he's gonna try to lure the chain jump into the bath and spray him off as late as possible because he moves faster when he's red.
So by spraying him off late here and grabbing the chain right when he's about to turn around, he can get the quick...
Chainless.
Chainless, whatever you want to call it. And again, this is probably one of the most RNG heavy worlds in the run. RNG on the first shine, the fourth shine, the fifth shine, and I think that's it, but that's like around half. So.
Yeah.
Bouncy now entering Pianta 3 here. Gets up to flood.
All right,
And he also gets first try. Nice.
All right, nice. So Kaffelon here, he's on Pianta 5, and if you've seen any percent run, you know that we usually skip Yoshi, and it's called Yoshi skip. It's a really hard trick, but we don't do it in hoverless because you have to have the hover to do it, unless your task has to do without hover. So
Yeah.
so he's just gonna basically do the entrance normally, like he's gonna jump off with Yoshi here, Y turn so he gets on the mushroom, and just get in the shine normally.
And there's 2 instances of RNG on that level. One inside the secret, but also what fruit you get is RNG on Yoshi. And a couple times we need to unlock Yoshi, and which fruit we get is RNG because some fruits you can throw farther than others, and he got a papaya there, which is good because you can throw that one pretty far.
So here on the Pianta 5 secret, the movement of these little Piantas are actually randomly determined, and it's possible if you're fast enough and you get lucky enough that you can have. Oh, yeah, he was too far away.
If the other Piantas would have been nice, he actually would have had a really good shot at early cycle there.
But he gets the swag, triple jump. And Buzzy mentioned early cycle. Basically what that is if you can stop the Pianta on this platform when he's on the right-hand side of it instead of the left that you see Kaffelon waiting for him to go to now, you can actually jump on his head to stop him and then have him throw you to the shine, which saves between 25 to 35 seconds if you get it, but it is randomly determined.
Yeah, he mashes Y to get thrown backwards, and kind of like pressing Y messes with the way he throws you too. And he actually got really good RNG because the guy can stop in 3 spots, but he didn't stop at all for Kaffelon, which is really good.
Pretty much if you don't get early cycle, that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, really, that's the best thing he could have got besides early cycle.
I got a $350 donation from P. Grady. Getting this donation in now so I could say I helped to get the Chrono Trigger 100% run. Big shout out to my bro in Australia, the other P. Grady. Game on, son. Keep up the good work, runners, and I really want to hear that egg roll song again.
So Kaf is doing Pianta 6 here, probably one of the most technical shines. It's really hard to appreciate all that's going on in this shine. It's really hard to get over 210. Like back when I started this, it wasn't even possible to get over 210. We thought like 205 was really good. So there's a lot of technical stuff going on. Basically, he wants to clean off the Piantas early because they do a little animation before you can clean them off. And then there's a way, I think it's holding down R and then just pressing A to straight up quick clean the Piantas, which is a lot faster than just kind of waiting there. And he has to line up things later in the level called like early unlocks, which will get the Piantas out a lot earlier than you normally could. He's gonna line up for one right here now.
Yeah, this is a good example.
And he got that
Does
one.
get the snipe, nice. And you can see now that by the time he gets here, you can quickly clean him off.
And just barely. He didn't clean
yeah.
off enough. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
This is another one of those examples of how spam spray is really helpful. You can see that the Piantas are getting cleaned off essentially instantly. That's because he very quickly holds down R all the way and then hits A to do the spam spray right next to him, which cleans him off. And 206, it's not
Yeah,
that
it's still
fun.
really good.
Bounceyboy now on the Pianta 5 secret.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he doesn't get early cycle either. That's all right. As long as this guy doesn't stop moving, this should be pretty all right.
Come on, man.
Nice. He's going
Ooh.
nice.
That's actually really good RNG. That doesn't happen very
Yeah, they
frequently.
both got it too.
We have $50 from Chris94. Hey y'all, Chris here from the Hula Gang.
Oh. So I kind of saw what happened there. He kind of threw Bouncy forward for a second, and then he went backwards. Just kind of like messed up his momentum.
Don't worry, Chris, it wasn't your fault. Chris here from the Hula Gang. Hyped to see these 2 speedrunners duke it out in hoverless. Shout out to my boy, Raise Fire on the couch. Put this money towards Couch's choice.
Chrono Trigger 100, is it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
I've got a timely donation from a Chuckster who gave $20 and says, I'm a Chuckster.
You're not very nice then if you're Chuckster.
So Kaffelon now finishing up Pianta Village. Bouncy just following this guy.
Trying to coerce, get him to go a little faster.
So Kaffelon's actually going to be going to perform the Yoshi skip that it's different from what you guys are probably used to seeing if you normally watch any percent. I think it was mentioned earlier, but this is a JP only trick, and it is important that you have Yoshi for this, so that's why he's coming back to do it later. The idea behind it is he's going to get on Yoshi and then find a seam in the glass tube. And once you get that seam, you want to slowly walk into the tube. And right before Yoshi clips back out, he's going to hit X to make Mario jump off Yoshi and then hit L to quickly ground pound. And if he does it correctly, it is pretty precise, then, then he should be able to grab the shine. In normal 80%, it saves around 10 minutes. It's not nearly as big in hoverless, but it is a time save still, and since this is a speedrun, we want to save time.
It saves going over into that barrier wreath over there and dealing with RNG coins that can be really annoying and go into the wall, so this is much better.
So in the meantime, we've got Bouncy here doing his Pianta Village. It's got a pretty good start so far. You'll see here he angles the camera on Kaffelon's screen to get Yoshi to begin to walk in. He's going to slowly walk, and right before he gets out, he'll do that.
Nice,
and he gets it first try. Nice.
Ooh.
We have a $50 donation from Iceberg. Had to donate during the best speed game of all time. Good luck to Bouncy and Calf, and shoutouts to Jay Buzzy B.
Shout out to Iceberg on the couch back there.
Donations go to Jay Buzzy's choice.
Kill the animals. I'm a speedrunner, I'm used to it.
Bouncy getting an okay time as well. So now that Kaffelon has finished up Gelato Shadow Mario, he will be moving on. I believe he's going to be going to Noki. One of the last two worlds in this run.
Alright, Noki's probably the hardest. Both these have said probably the hardest to execute in hoverless. There's a lot of technical movement involved on the cliffs. Bouncy likes to get those beads down right there.
They weren't feeling it this time.
So what you see him do there is in air he begins a spin jump, and in this game if you do a normal jump and then spin jump in the air and then hit A, it'll actually perform the triple jump animation. You'll get the added height, which is good for trying to get high height in a short amount of time. Well, very good movement on this Noki one so far. He's going to go for a GWK, he gets it, nice. And a pretty clean movement from Kaf on that Noki one.
That's one of the most technical shines in the game. It's very difficult.
So Bouncy now getting ready to go for his Yoshi, or his Gelato skip rather.
I've got $10 from Sebastian Lazari. Sunshine is my favorite speed game. Have watched runs for both Bouncy and Kaffelon so many times that it's impossible to choose one, so good luck to both of you guys. Also, this speeder is doing an awesome job. Keep it going. Oh, thanks.
So Noki 2 involves climbing back up to pretty much where he was in Noki 1, so that's pretty technical. And then he's going to basically do the shine completely the wrong way, because this is supposed to be the third time you fight with the Rooper. but instead we're going to go to the place Skipper Ripper is supposed to take you after he wins and just get the shine that way. And he's going to use the spring at the top to do that. That's a really hard wall kick to get. The angle's really precise.
And Bouncy gets it first try as well. Nice.
All right, we'll see Kaf do the clip right here. He's going to line it up, dive, and he should get this.
Yeah, this angle is pretty lenient here on Noki 2. And he gets it as well. Nice. Crazy stuff going on all over the place.
Hard to keep up with these two guys.
I've got some good news, everybody. Chrono Trigger 100% has been met.
Hey.
Woo!
Now the level Kaffelon's doing here is kind of particular and hoverless. These next two are
really hard.
Yeah, kind of hard to say the least. And if you are familiar with how this game works, Noki 3 is just simply the red coins in the bottle. However, since you're not allowed to use the hover nozzle, which you use to gain height while you're in water, these first 2 coins he has to get immediately. And if he does not get them, he has to exit area because there's no other way to get them. So let's see if he gets them. Gets 1. And he gets 2, nice.
All right, now he's going to get the rest of them. It's kind of hard, too, to do hoverless because you got to use the current to shoot himself back up a lot of times.
Now, an interesting thing is when Mario is on the base of the bottle here, you can actually just navigate him using the joystick. It's really kind of weird. It looks kind of funny, but it works, so. Bouncy now on Noki 1. Bouncy doing the Y turn here to get the angle. Oh, misses. It's the side flip.
All right, so now to get the shine here, Cass has to kind of, there you go, right away.
Yeah, he gets it.
He has to kind of slide up that to touch the shine hitbox.
We've got a $10 donation from Bad RNG. Hello from the Netherlands. It might be quite late, but super hyped for Sunshine. Also, kill the animals. They never intended to finish the game.
All right, Cass starting to do eel, which is probably one more technical shines. I don't know if either one of you wants to explain it.
Eel is the most difficult shine in hoverless by far.
All right, I'll speak now to explain eel. So the eel has 8 teeth, 4 in the middle and 4 on the side. You wanna, with the strat I do, you wanna space it out perfectly so that you spray the side teeth to make him go down. And at the beginning I wanna see which way he spins because that'll determine which side the gold tooth starts on. And the gold tooth is special, so I wanna spray it first.
Bouncy with good movement on Noki 2 so far.
I've got a $30 donation from Kaffelon Has Manly Hair. Super Mario Sunshine was the first game I got with my GameCube when I was a kid. It is amazing the dedication you guys have to be absolutely destroying this game and the hours I spent playing this in my childhood. This money is going towards Chrono Trigger 100% because it will be awesome. Good luck with the rest of your run.
You see Kaf there is cleaning the teeth from the side there.
Yeah, an interesting thing about the eel is it looks like Kaffelon's just spraying at the side of the eel, but he's actually hitting teeth because, for whatever reason, hitboxes on the sides of the eel tend to not exist a lot of the time. And again, here when the eel is all the way down, he's able to clean off teeth as well just through his mouth. Then he gets a really good eel. Nice.
Nice, Kaf.
So that cutscene plays completely differently if the eel is down when you finish cleaning his teeth.
All right, kind of nervous there because Kaf can't get stuck in the bottom there, and he'll have to reset the shine if that happens. So luckily he was just able to float right to the shine.
We've got $25 from Sayaxima Phone. I consider hover to be one of Sunshine's most valuable tools. Good job proving me wrong. Keep up the great work.
It's Kaffelon now entering into the third and final Piantissimo race. Just rinse and repeat from the other two. Kind of an auto-scroller. Really the only movement is getting there. Afterwards, it's just touch the flag and wait. So kind of a small thing he does there. If you hold left on the joystick whenever you finish that rollout and you are close enough that you, or far enough away that you won't hit the wall, Mario will instantly get pulled up onto the same platform as Piantissimo and begin the talk for the race. Saves a few frames, nothing major.
We've got $25 from Nathan52. Finally played Mario Sunshine for the first time earlier this year, and I'm so happy to be able to finally watch it at a GDQ. We've got $100 from Germensch Marco. Big thanks to Team Germensch for the German restream. Rummel Kappa.
So we've got a bit of downtime here, but things are going to get really crazy as Kaffelon is about to get ready to go into Noki 6, which a lot of people consider the hardest secret in the game, and Bounceyboy now entering Noki 4 to begin his eel.
It's not called Choki Noki for nothing.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
So yeah, another thing about the eel is the 4 center teeth. They don't have any effect on his movement, but the 4 outside teeth, they can cause him to go down. The exception of that being the gold tooth. The gold tooth in hoverless eel doesn't really do too much, but you're able to clean that, and then 1 more outside tooth. So we use that to actually make him go down as much as possible so that while he's down, we can clean his center teeth and hopefully only have the eel go up and down a couple times.
So the entrance to Noki 6 is completely different in hoverless, as you probably would expect. It's pretty precise too. Cass has to jump on basically all the ropes to get up there.
And you see Kaffelon doing a ground pound.
That can happen sometimes.
Yeah, getting unlucky with the spinny. But you see Kaffelon doing a ground pound sometimes right when he's underneath the wire, and you'll see it again on the Noki 6 secret. The way this game works, if you ground pound underneath something and you're close enough, you'll actually get pulled up onto it. So Kaffelon going into Noki 6 here, we'll see how this goes. There's that ground pound again. He makes the earliest cycle here.
There you go.
And here he's going to go for something called Pyro Kick.
Nice.
He gets it, nice. And
All right, good calf.
gets a shine, nice.
We have $50 from JStock. Fun way to donate. Gotten into Speedrun watching the last few months. This race makes me want to play Sunshine for the first time. Well done to both runners.
He's looking like he's going to be finishing this.
Easy to say.
Kaffelon there getting the quick kill on the Shadow Mario, by the way. And
All right, good
Bouncy
job,
gets Eels
Bouncy.
well, nice.
It's a big time loss if he dies on eel, so really good to get that out of the way.
Yeah, the eel is super hard, even in standard any %. So you remove the hover nozzle, and it becomes about 10 times harder. And I believe a death costs between 3 and 4 minutes. So
Yeah, not fun.
yeah, not fun at all. Kaffelon here going into the final world of the run, Serena Beach.
Usually we would already do this already.
Yeah, and normal 80%. And I know I might sound like a broken record, but this boss is pretty much completely RNG as well.
Probably the most RNG though.
Yeah. So the way it works is this manta ray, after you spray it a bit, will break up into smaller manta rays that will continue breaking up into smaller and smaller pieces until eventually, when you spray them, they disappear. So what we're going to see him do here is he's going to do a dive roll out onto the hut and go into first-person mode, which will make it turn around. Here he's going to spray it until it breaks. And what he wants to do here is break the two larger ones when they're as close together as possible. That way his spam spray hits a large portion of them, so he can get to the second cycle of the boss sooner rather than later. And
that was really fast.
That was really fast.
That was really fast, making it.
And whenever you reach the second phase of the boss, the text box appears. They all turn kind of a pink-purplish color. And this is important because they all become attracted to, and they come towards Mario, which makes cleaning them like way easier.
That was so fast.
That was a
that
really,
was
really,
so
really
fast.
good.
Yeah, when the manta splits for the first time, where the two mantas go is random. And you like them to stay close together, but sometimes they kind of go all over the place. So.
We've got a $30 donation from Good RNG. Hi, Kaffelon. Just wanted to say that I'm a huge fan. Oh, and Bounceyboy, sorry about that. I'll make it up to you after the race.
We'll hopefully see good RNG in a few shines.
Yeah.
It's Bouncy now entering Noki 6 and Kaffelon entering into Serena 2. My two least favorite secret shines combined.
Yeah. The entrance and the secret are both terrible.
Kaffelon going for the quick entry. He gets it. Nice.
Oh,
And
nice.
he's in. Nice. That was
Dodging
really good.
moves are hard.
It's going to be kind of hard to see both, but
They're both on really hard speeders.
yeah, for sure. Kaffelon with the spin jump dive. And there's another one. Nice. Bouncy looking like he's going to make the first cycle as well.
So Cat's about to go for a momentum spin jump here.
And he gets it nice.
Nice, Cat.
That was really good.
Yep.
And Bouncy with...
A little bit late on Pyro Kick, but it's all right.
So to kind of explain again what Kaffelon did there, he waited for the gear to be angled just correctly to where when he did a dive rollout, Mario would actually be running faster because he runs faster when you come out of a dive and you're going up a hill. And then using that momentum from that dive rollout, he's able to do a spin jump, which would allow him to go across a larger area and go farther than you would be able to with a normal one.
We got a $50 donation from Twinkle Biscuit. Just wanted to say thanks to all the runners for coming together to show off their hard work. Thanks to everyone working behind the scenes to put on this awesome event as well. Last year I was soft and saved the animals. They've lived a good life. Now kill them all.
So normally this shine is a really long puzzle around the hotel, but what Cat's going to do here is going to take the banana and banana split.
And go right in. There we go. Yeah, that skip probably saves like 2 to 3 minutes because generally you have to run all throughout the hotel and then like into the attic and you know do this and that. But I mean, why do that when you can just go right through the wall?
So nice. One of the first tricks you learn in learning this game. So Cat's going to do something crazy here pretty soon. Getting into the casino, you're supposed to do a number of slots. They're RNG basically. And like they open a curtain and then you got to do more, kind of spray some panels, and it's really, really weird and it wastes a lot of time. So normally there's a ledge really high up above there for some reason that you can just grab onto and then side hop the clip through the wall. But in hoverless, Kaf can't hover up there, so he has to do a really precise spin jump. And he's going to have to wall kick up there.
See if he gets it.
Nice.
And he gets it. Nice.
There we go.
And from there, you can just dive over the side
Hole
into
in
the
one.
singer. There we go. Another momentum spin jump.
1 of 2.
Bouncy also getting a really good manta so far. Nice.
Yeah.
He gets the second pattern, second phase.
$20 from Andy249. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Watching this great event with my better half on her birthday. Happy birthday, Griselle.
Okay, so good RNG donated a little bit earlier. Hopefully he's with Kaf for this shine. Because King Boo is purely RNG. What's going to happen here is ideally he will get King Boo dead in 6 cycles. He'll start with fruits. 5, yeah. So he'll start with fruit, and then he'll want question marks for enemies, and then he'll want fruit again, question marks, and then fruit. That's perfect RNG. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen all the time.
And to kind of explain that a bit more, the way that the game is programmed, you cannot have 3 fruit cycles. Or you can't even have 2 fruit cycles in a row. So in order to get perfect RNG on this King Boo fight, you want to get fruit initially, 1 of non-fruit to kind of reset it, then get fruit and then non-fruit and fruit again to finish.
And enemies are the fastest thing to get. You don't want bubbles.
Oh, the bubbles.
So Kaf walks forward here to trigger King Boo to come up a little bit earlier. Good start.
Good start. Meanwhile, Bounceyboy entering into Serena 2. Okay, we also get in there, nice.
All right, so good for Kaf. He wants to wait for the enemies to spawn before he walks in, because if you don't do that, King Boo will constantly give you everything but fruit over and over again. Yep, extra cycle right there. All right.
Bouncy now setting up for the momentum spin jump on Serena 2. And he gets it as well. Nice.
Nice, Bouncy.
We got $50 from Zemtor. First time watching any Super Mario Sunshine speedrun. These guys seem to be doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work.
So you'll see on the King Boo fight, after fruit cycle, Kaffelon actually doesn't immediately cancel out whenever he sees that it's not fruit. The reasoning behind this is if you cancel out too early, the enemies, without letting them spawn, then you'll never get fruit again. So it's important that after you get a fruit cycle, you have to at least wait for the enemies to appear before you cancel them out. Afterwards, you saw he got an extra cycle, he's able to immediately cancel, but just kind of a small thing that a lot of people seem to forget.
I think Kaf got about 3 extra cycles, which isn't too bad.
Yeah,
Variant strats. Oh, it's poking up.
So Kaf is coming up on Sirena 6 now, and that level is the only level that makes the Japanese version of this game a little bit worse. Generally, you only have to clean about 95% of the beach, and there's no invisible goop. But on the Japanese version, there's 3 extra text boxes, I think, and on top of that, you have to clean far more goop, and some of it is invisible.
Yeah, you'll see on Kaffelon's screen here, whenever he misses a tiny spot, you'll see that he'll immediately stop spam spraying and clean it off, and that's because the Japanese version is so strict that if you don't take the time to do that, then when it comes to the end of the level, he won't be able to get the shine because the game will still consider the beach as uncleaned. Another little strat he does there, the ground pound on the barrel. It immediately refills your water tank, so just kind of a small thing. Bouncey going for the spin jump. Entry into Serena 4. Oh. Again, it is really particular, so. Nice, he gets it, nice. And he gets the hole-in-one, there we go.
And Kev got a pretty good time on Serena 6 for JP, 2:16.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
We have $50 from Aaron Walker. You're all doing incredible work. Keep going. Another $50 from Matt199054. Much love to all the participants at this GDQ. Together, we are making a wonderful change in the world.
Nice.
Bouncy.
So what Bouncey did is another example of the momentum spin jump, but it's particularly tricky because since you aren't on a one-way sloped or flat surface, getting the angling is kind of weird since you're on a moving cube. Kaffelon here finishing up Serena, which is actually the last world. After this, all he has is Corona Mountain and we're done. It's a pretty nice kill on Shadow Mario as well.
We have a $50 donation from Bearman. Shout out to my brother Bob, who after 2 years is finally watching a GDQ live with me. And don't forget to kill those pesky animals.
So in the past, we've actually found ways to clip into Corona Mountain where the loading zone for Corona Mountain is. But unfortunately, until you beat episode 7 in each world, that's not actually there. So there's no way to activate that early.
Corona Mountain is a lot more difficult than Hoverless as well.
Yeah.
So what you're going to see him do a lot here is jump in place, and what he's actually doing there is he's buffering a spin jump. There's an example of it. And by doing this, it allows you to actually jump and dive much farther and higher than you would normally be able to do. And that's crucial because if that were not a mechanic, you would not be able to do Corona Mountain hoverless. As you can see, he's barely making these even with that added distance. Kaffelon now getting ready to go to the boat here, the infamous boat. But as you can see here, he's not even remotely scared. Just nails the speedboat, man. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you talk to a lot of runners, after they learn speedboat, they can't even do the unspeedboat. It just kind of becomes a force of habit to them. Goes for the cloud skip. Gets the cloud skip as well. Nice.
So at this point, Kaffelon has pretty much beaten Hoverless. He has to use the rocket nozzle the rest of the way, so he doesn't have to worry about hovering for the rest of the run.
My God.
Bouncey getting really bad luck on the King Boo fight right now. And on this Bowser fight, you can see Kaffelon actually going for a ground pound. And after he gets it, he immediately, when he's in air, he immediately starts holding R to charge up again. The reasoning behind that is you actually have enough time that after Mario recovers, you can finish the second charge shot and dive and get away from the platform, which kind of speeds up the flow of the Bowser fight quite a bit.
All right, Kaf closing in on time.
Yeah, we're going to need time here in a second. And time.
133,
133.
That time was less than 40 seconds off world record, so it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Bouncy now doing his 3 to 6 here.
Blood, no.
Don't cry. You might come back.
Was I assist? Mario, look.
Bouncy also with a 216, not bad. And you can see at the end there just how tight the threshold is for getting the shine to spawn. The beach was pretty much entirely cleaned off, and he just kind of had to spam spray for hopes that he would get little tiny specks of goo.
Yeah, it looked almost entirely cleaned off, but there was a little bit of invisible goop left.
Have a donation from Neutral RNG, $50. Hey, where's the love? In all seriousness, though, this has been such an amazing thing you guys are doing. Raising money to help Doctors Without Borders is an amazing cause, and it is such a pleasure to watch you guys break the games, whether RNG screws you up or not. Keep up the great work, and save the animals or save the frames. Come on, don't tell me a good speedrunner can't do both.
Fight that Mario again.
That's right, boy. Well put, son. The Royal Koopaline is as strong as ever. But for now, let's just rest a while.
Now all we have left is to do Corona, and we'll be done.
Monte gives $50 and says, Mario Sunshine, all of the childhood feels. Good job, you guys, and thanks to everyone who makes SGDQ happen for us to enjoy. Mwah. Sir Brain Damooge gives $50 and says, Sunshine's bonker physics is a blast to play and a blast to watch. Keep it up.
Really the only part of Corona Mountain here that's super different and hoverless is the beginning with the platforms, because once you get to the boat, after you get off, you immediately get the rocket nozzle anyways, so this is kind of the tricky part at the beginning.
We have an $80 donation from Cougs. Always happy to donate to a worthy cause. Good luck to all the runners, and may the RNG be ever in your favor. Put this towards sacrificing the animals for frames.
Again, utilizing the buffered spin jumps here.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
it's
really close.
Really tight.
We've got $50 from William White.
Oh.
This is the greatest event ever. I stumbled upon it by accident. It's a blast the whole way through. Thanks to everyone who contributes to such an awesome event and cause. Except the animals. Kill them.
Bouncy also going for a speedboat. And again,
got
no
that.
problem for him either. Nice.
So Bouncy just going for swag cloud cancels, which Skip's kind of going over on their 2 frames, I believe. And if you miss them, you fall down and die in the lava.
He also gets a cloud skip. Nice.
The water's great, hey, Junior?
Sure is, Papa. Come on in, Mama Peach. I think not. Mario! You again? Don't you ever give up?
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Again with the charged rockets.
The 4th one is the hardest to recover from.
Yeah, 3 and 4 both can be pretty tricky. A very good
right.
Bowser fight.
And time.
Nice. Nice, dude. Seriously, these guys are both very skilled runners. You should definitely check out their streams. They stream this game all the time, and they're both very, very good at it. So definitely worth giving a look for sure.
And not just this category, pretty much every category.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it up one more time for Kaffelon and Bounceyboy. Again, you're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2015. We are a charity speedrunning marathon where all the proceeds go to Doctors Without Borders. Coming up next is going to be the Luigi's Mansion race with Boohead 86, Fire Dragon 764, and Veeman 3000. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, everybody, we're going to see a Tiny Build ad right now, and then we'll be right back.
Bounceyboy?
Yeah.
And Kaffelon, right?
Yeah.
Make sure I say the names right. Don't want to say something. I've been known to get names wrong a time or two.
Have you?
Just a time or two. All right. Well, we're here with the runners of the Super Mario Sunshine hoverless race. We got Bounceyboy and Kaffelon. Let's just talk a little bit about that race. You know, maybe just starting with something that you thought was a good takeaway from your own performance. So maybe a brief thought there, something you enjoyed.
Yeah, it was super fun. I didn't have like the best run of my life, but I still really enjoyed showing so many people that category. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really unique category. We'll get back to that in a minute here. But Kaffelon, do you have a thought there from your run?
I've been messing stuff up lately, but when I got on the stream, I just like played out of my mind at the beginning, especially. So
that's a very good time to play out of your mind.
Yeah.
When you're on stream. I mean, did you have any nerves when you're up there, or did it take a while to adjust to playing in front of a crowd like this, or were you pretty settled in once you got there?
I was only nervous on like the hard shines. Like I expected to kind of be nervous in the beginning and then it to go away, but it kind of started out totally fine, and then as I got to the more difficult levels, it kind of came.
Well, I don't think the nerves got to my gameplay too much, but I was originally going to commentate a lot more, but for some reason it was a lot harder for me to speak on stream.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a different atmosphere than you're used to playing in. Let's talk a little bit about hoverless, though. I mean, this is a very unique category, and we're starting to see some more of these categories surface at the GDQs. What's it like practicing for a category like hoverless as opposed to maybe something more traditional? Do you feel like it requires a different mindset? Does it affect how you play the game normally in other categories, or?
Well, as a whole, hoverless is a much more frustrating category because
Yeah.
it's like twice the RNG of a normal Sunshine run. But practicing for it isn't really any different. We have these practice codes that help us reload levels faster and stuff.
Okay.
And we just do like worlds. We did a bunch of practice races ahead of time. It wasn't too bad.
I think hoverless is kind of an intimidating category to practice for, especially for a marathon, because if you make one mistake, it's a crazy time loss. So
Yeah, you kind of saw that on my Bianco 6 death.
yeah.
I missed a tiny rollout,
Right.
and with the hover nozzle, I probably could have saved it, or it at least would have been a lot easier. But you have to, in hoverless, you have to go through the dirty water, and I just died because of it.
Do you think it's more enjoyable to present a category like this that's maybe more non-traditional than it would be to showcase something that's maybe more familiar to viewers?
I think in the future, probably a regular like main category would be better for a race. But overall, it's still really fun to show it off, I think.
yeah, I was pretty excited to show it off, but it's really scary in a race because a lot can go wrong.
So what's the next level of weirdness for categories here? Where do we go after hoverless? What's the next
Max percent hoverless, dude.
max percent hoverless?
Every shine and blue coin except for the 4 you can't get without the hover nozzle.
I'm going to say 20 shines, no A button.
20 shines with no A button. Okay. All right.
Note you
I
don't
asked-
actually beat the game in that category.
Okay. I asked for weirdness. That seems like you guys found some good categories there. Any shout-outs you want to give here before you head out?
Shout outs to Kaffelon for playing super well during that race.
It's the Bounceyboy now, I guess, too.
All right. The shout-outs go both directions. That's good. With that, I think that's it for talking to our Sunshine friends here. We'll send it back up to the front as they get ready for the next run.
You good?